Niswengaba sakantigon Meghalaya News 24 channel onar amchaksoa. Tani khoborangde. Bangladesh asongo jingjing ataniko taki khajia nangani asel jachangi dongpa sakrchabri bonga student rangko Meghalaya sorkari salganini gi sepo chusoke remong khatpa aha. Skodong minister khonat ke sangmani aganani gitade ye rchabri bonga student rangoni sak sochete Meghalaya adokni sak rchasa kholachisa gapani India adokrangni sak rchagini sotbrisku Nepaloni aru sakchet Bhutanoni onga wasan oigi jaya somayo sakpri turis rangko bar remong khatpa aha. Dakyong ingon ya mandirangko remong khatpa na Bangladesh High Commission Dhaka aro Chittagong ngo donggapa Indian High Commission ni dakchakachi sa chusokatna matnaha ni sangma aga nangaha.
Obviously, we are aware that the situation in Bangladesh is a localized kind of a problem in terms of the different issues that was raised because of the reservation that was there, in terms of 30% reservation that was meant for armed forces and all. So those concerns and all this came up, and obviously it has taken a political turn as well as slightly complicated law and order turn. So it's very unfortunate. Number one, it shouldn't. And obviously there are a lot of students from many parts of the world who are in fact studying there. So therefore, a lot of the students have been affected. But as soon as we got this information, we have immediately moved into action, and almost close to about 405 students from India have been evacuated from Bangladesh through Dauki, and out of them about 80 are from our state of Meghalaya itself, and then the rest are from other parts of the state of the country. We also have the students from Bhutan and Nepal also were there, and some tourists who were stuck, who again crossed the border from Dauki side. So the movement is on. We have already got our nodal officers here in the state, as well as we have in touch with the Indian Embassy in Dhaka, and a senior IPS officer is directly in touch with us to facilitate any kind of movement that is required. At the same time, there are some concerns that have been raised regarding one particular college called the Eastern Medical College. About 36 students of ours are there, I'm told. The numbers could be up and down. I stand corrected on that, but roughly about 36 students. We are in touch with the officials there also, and with touch with the Indian Embassy. And though the college are saying that the situation is okay, but obviously a lot of the parents are very concerned. So I want to share and tell all the parents that we are continuously in touch. Though the situation in and around the college is okay, but en route there could be some situations, and therefore it will not be possible to take a chance unless until we are very sure that the route also is clear and they can be safely brought to the border. We'll have to watch the situation. So therefore those activities are on, and we are in touch. We are hopeful that within the next 24 hours we'll be able to assess the situation. We are ready from the Tripura side, because this particular point where they'll be entering is in Tripura. So we are in touch with the Tripura side also. We are in touch with our counterparts and our High Commission in Bangladesh also, and our officials also in touch, so that we can evacuate our students and others immediately from there as soon as we find that the route is also clear. So I just want to share with all the concerned parents that we are doing everything in our capacity to ensure safe return of all the citizens. We are leaving no stone unturned. We are in touch with the Indian Embassy. We are in touch with also the students also at individual levels. We have made arrangements at Dauki in terms of everything from medical attention to food to transportation to security, and as we speak also, as I said, the different transfers and transportation of individuals is taking place. But I do urge our citizens also, if there is any information they have on anybody, we have given a nodal number, we have given a helpline number also. You can always call in this helpline number, and we have given a nodal officer's number also, so people can contact in those numbers as well if they find that any information is there which should come to us.
Adok Cabinet, PepsiCo Plant Project Ko Mendipatar Industrial Area North Garo Hills District Ko Tharina Skruber salo nangniki rachakaha. Kobor atumgaparangna skothong minister khonat khe sangmani aganani gitade ya project ko tharina Varun Beverages Limited proposal ko ba janapani ko naha. Wandaki ya project ko raba ingon ya nokham khagapa sotsku percent lokal manderangan uknananggen ani aganangaha. Sangmani aganang khoni gitade ya project ko tharina janapani yo crore chagni thangkharangko jakhalna aganangaha. Aru wani jaman crore chasa ko bon dapna aganaha.
Clearance of the project proposal given by Varun Beverages Limited. This is the company that runs the PepsiCo plants, and this is a proposal of 200 crore plant in terms of the Pepsi products and an additional 100 crores investment in terms of fruit pulp and fruit juice investment in the same campus. And this is a proposal of total of 300 crores of investment. The plant is being proposed to put up in the Mendipatar industrial area, and the cabinet decision or cabinet meeting was to clear customized incentives, which as per the Meghalaya industrial policy of 2024, we have provisions where investments over 100 crores, certain special incentives can be given. And this is again in line with what many other state governments have done. So in this line, we have also decided to support this particular customized incentive as per the policy of the state government. And in this, an amount of close to 30% more capital investment subsidy, which they had requested over and above the normal amount that is given. Another additional amount of 30% more is being added to that capital subsidy. So the 7.5 crores is a capital subsidy, and an additional 5 crores is being proposed, where the demand from the company was about close to 40 crores of investment. They had asked for capital investment, but it's been reduced to, as I said, to 5 crore. Second was the incentive they had requested for interest subvention. Again, this is in line with what many other state governments do, and we have agreed to give 2% interest subvention in this. At the same time, the GST amount that is there, which normally there is a reimbursement of the GST. Again, it's in line with the Unnati scheme and also with the schemes from other state governments, where the reimbursement was asked for about 300%. We have reduced that, and we have agreed to a 200% investment or return of the SGST. That means the state GST tax collection that takes place. In other states, the amount goes up to even 300%. So we had brought it down and agreed to 200%. So these were the few incentives that we had agreed on giving to them additionally over and above the normal incentives which we are giving to other plants. As I said, this is a special category because it's investment over 100 crores. It's a 300 crore plant. Important thing to remember also in this is that not only will they start packaging the Pepsi products out here, but they will also be having a plant and a line to produce local pineapple as well as other juice using the local fruits that are available in the state, and that will be a great advantage for the state. Another condition that we have put in this particular project is that 90% of the non-managerial staff has to be local, and the managerial staff within the next 2 years, they will have to have minimum of 50% of managerial staff also locally from the state, starting with 25% in the first 2 years, but after 2 years 50% of the managerial staff also has to be local, and the non-managerial staff from day one 90% should be local. So these were the conditions that were put by the state government, and also, as I said, the condition that a plant should also be put up to support the local produce and other local products to help the farmers.
Kasi Students Union ni wamangni chanchi etik ka anyo junmana wiatani gitade wamangni ruta sumayoni dabiengba ko sorkari chuso katsagin chumode apaloni rebai kham khagpa mandirangni document rangko rakpate sandi nirokani ko dakken ani thik kha. Skorong Minister Khonat ki sangma baksa agan grkani jaman khobor athumgaparangna KSU President Lambok Margnarni aganani gitade Wamangni union apalchini reba e kham khagaparangko sandini roken. Dakyong ingon sorkari adokona ILP ko rabana aro Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security hajalgani chidokko tharken ragatna nanga ani agananga ha. Wanagi skurong minister MRSSA ni biringo agan grikna pangije somairangni jaman dengtang NGO rangko kamgen ani uyata ha.
So basically there was a discussion and we clarified on certain concerns that they had. I have explained regarding the work permit point that was mentioned time and again that there is no provision in the law when it comes to the work permit as such. There is no word called work permit. There was a particular notification to which I'm presuming that individuals and organizations are referring to, which use the word work permit, but later on clarified that the word work permit refers to the application of the Interstate Migrant Act. So therefore, that particular notification also ultimately came out with a corrigendum saying that work permit is not the actual word, but work permit means the implementation of the Interstate Migrant Act, which does not have any provision for work permit. But it has a provision for registration of laborers done by the contractor or by the employer. If there are 5 or more who are going to come to the state, they have to come through this particular act and register. So that is what the clarification was made. And they said yes, of course, but the concern is that the registration should be done. They said yes, of course, registrations are there and should be done in letter and spirit. They raised certain issues and concerns about the actual implementation of the different laws at the state level, and at the state level means the state act as well as the national act. And of course, we have taken note of that. And if there are in fact shortcomings, wherever there are shortcomings, then if there are any concerns anywhere, if they find anything is they can obviously complain to us and necessary steps will be taken to rectify them. There were other suggestions that given regarding the state act in terms of the penalty that is there in the state act. They felt that it should be slightly more stringent. We said we can definitely examine those matters. Then they had also mentioned about different aspects of verification on how the laborers coming in from outside can be verified. So those also areas we have taken suggestions. We're examining those aspects also. But at the end of the day, what is important that they are concerned about ensuring that whatever rules and laws that are coming out should be implemented in a proper manner, and the purpose should be served of ensuring that migrant laborers who are coming in should have proper documentation in terms of their background check, or whether in terms of their identification, their ID cards and all the other formalities. So that is what was concerned, and we're examining, as I said, the different proposals or suggestions given by them, and we'll see how to move forward. So we had a discussion with the organizations and the members to clarify certain concerns, because I felt strongly that in terms of being clear on the law, in terms of being clear on the provisions of the different acts, should not be a reason for any kind of confusion, and hence wanted to make it clear that what has been said, what is in the act, what are the provisions, and also give a hearing to understand what is the actual concerns that are there. So that was the purpose. But as I said, that nobody has a right to check, and if anybody who does that, any organization or any individual does that, the law will take its course.
108 emergency service ni ngokam kagapa manderang na wamangi dor maharangku bri percent bariat na agana ha. Khobor atum goporang na skrubar salo Health Minister Dr. M. Ampren Lingdoni agana ni kita de sorkari contract rango soi khathayen ba 108 to kham kagaparang ni dor maharangku bariat na agana nga ha. Maina yen National Health Mission nas khang za changi donggapa khamo a ni agana nga ha.
Right now, government is keenly engaging with various line departments for necessary advisory on the matter of the floating of yet another 108 tender. We understand that these tenders have again and again drawn various agendas and issues which have forced the state government to put tendering procedures under hold. Now, in the meanwhile, because the workers at the initial stage of signing up with the NHM, which was a temporary arrangement in the state of Meghalaya for the running of the 108 services in the state, there have been several consultations that have been taken up with the 108 workers, and because they had signed a 1-year agreement with the NHM, these agreements had to subsequently be updated. It was a 1-year contract, so we had to renew all of these contracts with these workers in various assignments. We have agreed, therefore, to re-sign those contracts with the 108 workers, permitting, after consultation, a 4% increase in their salaries, because these were pending before the Department of Health under the NHM. And I have received yet another representation that there is another group of workers in the 108 that are still dissatisfied with the 4% increase on various grounds. There's no point discussing this, but there are particularly three categories of workers: the pilots, the receptionists, and the EROs. So these EROs, pilots and receptionists, when they first signed up on the NHM agreement of 1 year, started on a much lower grade of remunerations. So that has to be sorted out. I do not know whether or not we can do that, but I've just received this representation on the 18th. I will study it. But in the meanwhile, we have renewed all of the agreements with the 108 workers, because that was something that we had to do as a government.
Emboss guest house tai tungkra Shillong ni CCTV camera ni ko nki uina matnani gitade. Rangsa ko na NPP MLA Subir Marak Emboss guest house ko ni rokapa mande ni khosa ko jakte aha ni matnang aha. Video ge sa ni ko nakna matnani gitade was like ko barabatta aru ya obusta July chidok tarik ni prunggni bajiong aha. Dalni khoborang de yarangsan khoborang ni gaban nambate uina skin chmode Meghalaya News 24.com oni ko ni nagta mangen. Sakanti ko ni sohani na matela.